Hi, I'm Emma Lou, the Creative Director with Heartfelt Creations, and everybody loves those interactive cards. I am sharing one of my favorites today using some of our new fluffy little birdies, branches, and some cute little flowers that you're going to love. I'm hoping these stamps will bring springtime a little bit sooner. If it doesn't, it will bring springtime into our design room today. To create this card base, I started out with a gatefold in the center, so we'll get started by doing that. First of all, I just want to show you the panel that I cut this from. This comes from the Birds in Bloom paper pack. So to get started, what you're going to want to do is cut a 6 by 12 sheet of paper, and you'll want to score it at the 3-inch mark from both ends, and just go ahead and fold that. Now when you go to use the card front panel, this square image coordinated with a 2A die, so I went ahead and just pre-cut that out. So when you go to adhere this, you will actually just glue down on one side. So I will add just a little bit of glue on this side. If this is your first time doing it, sometimes it's a little bit easy to get some glue in places that you don't want it to, so just play with it a little bit. So we'll go ahead and just glue it on one side. So this is kind of like a nice little surprise when you open the card. It doesn't add too much dimension to it, but it's a fun interaction. Once you have glued this on, the other part is still open, but we will actually fasten this panel on the right side. So we'll go ahead and I'll just add some glue just around the inside edges. I don't want it to push out past the card panel so that doesn't get stuck. And then the easiest way to add that is just to glue that panel down in the center and just secure that on the side. So after you've done that, just lay this aside to dry, and then you can come right back to it. I use the stamps and dies from these two sets. This is the Birds in Bloom stamp set, and it has your branches along with the individual birds and the individual flowers, and then the Birds in Blooms die is the one that coordinates with this. With these dies, these are a different color, so it kind of reflects our brand colors more. And also the cool thing about these is you can go ahead and store them in the storage panel that's included, or you can just store them in the package just like this. So to get started, I pre-stamped the flowers with like a rose coral chalk ink, and the birds were stamped with a blue chambray chalk ink, and we just added those ink pads to the website, so you'll be able to find them there. I was going to show you real quickly how I like to color the little birdies. I like to kind of test it off on a piece of scrap paper just to see how much I have on there, and then just in a light circular motion just kind of add a little bit of color. Another color I like to use was the rouge chalk ink. That was a really nice to make some pink little birds. So you have a little bit of blue on the top, and then for the belly of the bird I like to use the harvest chalk ink. So you'll want to go ahead and just very lightly, kind of in a circular motion, go ahead and just add a little bit of color. After you've done that, you're ready to shape these images. The flower I just stamped on pink with the rose coral, and then the green with the green ink. So to shape these, I will go back and just for the flower, just go in a circular motion right at the tip of the petals, and then press down in the center. Do the same for this one. The harder you press on these little flowers, you could also spray the back a little bit if you like, the smaller they'll get. So we'll just do this right in the center again. Then for the birds, I like to use the 8mm size tip and just go in a really large circular motion, kind of around the outer edge of the body. And then we'll also shape the leaves just a little bit. Some of these leaves I had already shaped, so we'll just kind of show you, just kind of go back and forth on each leaf set, and that will start giving you the shape for those leaves. So once you have assembled the card base and shaped the flowers, you're ready to add it to the card. And when I add glue to this, I don't want to glue the inside panel or the inside square, so I'm just adding a little bit to the tips so that really just is along the outer edges. I did pre-attach some of those pink flowers on the top of the vine. You'll see that I put one of the little birdie. This bird is on the inside. My next step is just to add the other little birdies into the branch, and I like to make sure they kind of look like they're sitting there. I put a pop dot on this one, and then we have the other one that just stuck automatically to my thumb. So I'll put that one right in here, and you can kind of adjust where they're sitting. Then you can go back and just finish it off by adding those little tiny flowers. And it's really simple because there are some green flowers in the background, and you might ask, why are those flowers attached? It shows you where to add the three-dimensional ones, or I have some designers that just utilized and stamped the branch with a black ink on white cardstock and actually colored that in, which is really easy to do too. So we'll just finish this off by adding the last little flower in here. And I just set something heavy on this end so it stays closed while that is drying. So once that is dry, you'll be able to, let me just pull this away a little bit, you'll be able to just pull this out from underneath, and you have a very fun interactive card. So this is the Birds and Blooms stamp, and like I said before, you have the branch, the birds, and the flowers. This is how the inside of the packaging looks, so you can use this in a 3-ring binder, or you can just store these stamps in the packaging. And then this is the coordinating die. I wanted to show you some more samples that the design team has created. Here we're using an older frame, the vintage floret frame, just adding those little birdies to the top. Here we have these birds on front of the Birds and Bloom collage stamp. That's a really nice background stamp to work with. Then we also have this one. This has a lot of the birds. They look like little robins in this one. And this corresponds with the leafy branch die as well. You see these branches behind here. Those are very nice to utilize with the flowers and birds. So you have branches and leaves here in the back. You can kind of see that a little bit more. And then this is the coordinating die, and this has the little flowers in them as well that are just individually. So with that one, we also have the birds. This is just an individual stamp with the birds attached with the leaves. This is great if you just stamp and color it, and you could 3D the single birds on top. Then you also have the individual leaves in here. All the samples that I'm showing will be on the website with full instructions, because I know many of you just are like, wait, how did she make that one? This one is the hydrangea bird bath. This also has a hydrangea border in it. It's really, really cute. Here you see the little birdies bouncing on top of the hydrangeas. And here it's just colored beautifully with the papers in the background. And then this is the Home Sweet Home. Some of our designers have done an amazing, amazing job showcasing. Here's the little flowers along with the leaves, the birdhouse, and then we've got those branches just tucked in underneath. You'll see on this one we have the birdhouse as well, and you have the branches and the little florals coming from behind it, so that's a really cute way. And then here's another card. I just have so many to show. I just love these. This one's just a little bit more of a simple version with decorative dies in the background. But like I said, all of these card samples will be on the website. Just click on the individual stamp or die image, and then there's going to be related projects and videos with that. Then last but not least, the paper collection that coordinates with this collection is the Birds and Blooms. This has a lot of birds, branches, and leaves. And with this collection, if you want to see the individual papers, just click on the link below for the entire collection, and you'll see the individual papers that way. You can use this interactive card-based technique with many of the card front panels that you might already have. Have fun using these little birdies and branches and flowers in your collection. And you know what? I do think I hear some birds chirping in the background, so springtime must be here soon.